Wait, it was done.
I haven't swapped the
We're
scene.
live.
Were you done?
Still showing the whole of Discord.
Amateur hour. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Amateur Hour.
I logged out of RuneScape on the beat.
Hell yeah, dude. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about, honestly. You gotta live the musician life. Go on
Yep.
tour, play RuneScape.
Love
This
it.
light's blinding right now.
Blind.
I'm looking into
Extra light.
what I believe to be the center of the universe. It says, please remove protective film. No, I don't think I will, actually. Right. Let's give people a minute or two just to trickle on in. Callum, what you been up to today, bro?
Literally working all day.
Oh, yeah? What
Yeah.
then?
When I played RuneScape.
Yeah.
Or just about.
Fair, reasonable. Reasonable.
Please.
Fair.
Luckily, I didn't miss out on much like that guy did.
Oh my god.
This whole life
That was so funny to watch.
It was good because my mate was messaging me like my mate was literally just sat there at 12 o'clock ready to play. And he got pushed back to like 3 o'clock.
Well, what a waste of a day off.
Yeah, like, unlucky, bro. He's like, I got work at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
4 a.m.
Like, rip.
You ain't getting far today, sir.
No, he didn't. He got to tier 2, so he did some work.
Did some work.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch up to him and then
Make out.
see.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing very well. We haven't done a live stream in a good few weeks. I don't know how many it's been. We're back on it. We've got a full schedule, whatever the way you say it, of guests lined up for the rest of the year and into 2025, which is next year.
Are we actually live? I can't even see it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're live. Callum, we've been
Yeah,
live for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I see it,
live
but it's
for ages.
like it wasn't
I just
there.
don't believe it. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
Thanks for ruining my flow, bro. I really appreciate it. What was I even on about? Oh yeah, we got a load of guests and stuff. That'll be cool. So we will be back on the live streams as of today. And today's special guest, obviously, as you guys will probably know by now, please welcome back to the podcast, Marie from Let's Talk Music. How are you doing, Marie?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, very well. We haven't caught up in a while, so it's good to see your
haven't.
face.
Yeah. Usually we would have caught up by now, like in person as well, but we haven't really, have we? It's been a while.
It's been manic. Yeah,
been
loads of shows and
manic.
gigs and bloody everything, all sorts going on lately. It's mad.
Yeah, it's been time.
Good stuff. Well, from what I understand, we've got a few bits to catch up with you on. You've had some achievements recently that I'm aware of, so we'll get into that very shortly. But before that, I just want to give a shout out to the next few shows we're going to play. Quick plug, guys, if you can make it down to Bournemouth on the 7th of December, we are supporting the Hot 1-2 alongside Edit the Tide. That's going to be a fucking cool gig. If you can make it down, please do. The Hot 1-2 are fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to meeting Edit the Tide. Not seen what they do live before, so that's very exciting. Followed by the 13th of December, we are in Winchester, debuting at the Railway. So if you're in the Winchester area, please do come on down to that. We're supporting the Rattlebacks, who we just supported recently in Southampton, and that was a really cool show. We can talk a bit more about that in a bit because that was quite fun. But yeah, so please come on down to either of those shows if you can. Failing that, New Year's Eve, if you haven't got New Year's Eve plans, come on down to Bournemouth. We are taking over the Anvil for New Year's Eve. An event will be going live on the page soon. We've started on a pretty good lineup for this one, just to confirm 1 or 2 more bands, and then we'll get all that announced. There are DJs through the night. There'll be a countdown to midnight. There'll be all sorts of shit going on. And we may dress up. We don't know yet. It was really funny at the Halloween show, so maybe we'll do something like that because that was really fucking fun. And then finally, 4th of January, if you can make it to that, we're in Wolverhampton at KK Steel Mill for Katie's birthday bash. So Katie being our booking agent for Midlands and North. Hellfire Music Management. If you don't know Hellfire Music Management, you should, especially if you're a musician. Check them out, especially in the rock side of the industry. So yeah, we'll be up there, KK Steel Mill, with a fantastic lineup of, I believe it's White Raven Down, In Search of Sun, and Gin Annie. So that is a star-studded cast of musicians for you. Anyway, on with this evening's show. Marie, tell us about your most recent show down in Bournemouth.
Yeah, so we had Week of Sleep play for us at Four Horsemen with Namer and The Raid. We sold out, which was epic. I have to
Fantastic.
say, Week of Sleep, amazing to work with. I like from a promoter point of view, like they did a lot of the work themselves. They pushed the tickets. So if anyone out there wants to book them, I would highly recommend, because they were pushing so hard their end. And that is so important. Because although it's my job, but like if the bands aren't doing it themselves, I can only do so much. But yeah, that was an epic show. That was good. But because we were sold out, I was on tickets the whole night, so I missed a lot of my own show. but it was from the little window that I could see through. The crowd was going crazy. Absolutely amazing show. Namer, you guys know them quite well. Incredible. If people watching haven't checked Namer out yet, do check them out. They are so good. Week Sleep as well, if you haven't checked them out. And The Raid, absolutely epic to open. It was just incredible show. And like it ran quite smoothly. We opened doors like late as usual, but like only slightly, like 10 minutes, if that. Everything ran quite nicely. I do love working with the Four Horsemen. I have to big them up a little bit. They are great
Cool
to work
venue, yeah.
with. In a really good venue, really good staff. Just a really epic night. And for like one of the first shows that I've done that hasn't been for charity, and for it to sell out,
That's fantastic.
It was a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, congratulations on that. Your first sellout show feels insane, doesn't it? It's incredible.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Really well done. Yeah, so Week of Sleep we might get in touch with, actually, because I've got an idea for a show that might work for them. So cheers for putting that one across. I think they'd be fun to work with. They're good live, yeah?
They're great live, and they are so fun to work with. They are so easy to work with. They're chill to work with. They like help me through the whole process with some things, bits here and there. I completely recommend them. They're just great to work with.
Awesome, fantastic, cool. So other than the sold out show, what other kind of stuff have you been up to lately?
I started uni in September doing music business, so that's been my main focus, which obviously kind of helps with Let's Talk Music anyway, in its own right. I think it's an underrated course. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, like in a good way. That's been epic. And getting to know the music scene in Southampton has been quite nice for me, because that's new for me. So getting to know the venues around there, the people that like promote the venues around there, the owners and stuff like that, that's been quite nice. There's been some really good links for our uni, which I've been quite grateful for.
Awesome.
And then really just kind of looking towards 2025, what kind of things I want to do next. Where I want to take Rock Beats Cancer in 2025, which we're looking more Southampton next year, which should be completely different but nice. But I've been basically focusing on that, really, for sure.
Awesome, yeah, nice one. We just like I say, well, mentioned just previously, we had a show up in Southampton. Now this was quite an interesting one. We turned up at the venue and we walked in and we're like, oh, that's weird. There were some guys dressed as dogs. I don't know if you're too aware of the furry community. I've been aware of it from a satellite perspective, never been up close and personal. And we're like, oh, okay. So we carried on loading in the gear, and then we went outside and we realized that there was a full-on furry meeting going on. There was about 50 furries. I've never seen so many in my life all in one place. But yeah, there's a wide variation of furry outfits.
Wow.
And I learned how expensive those things are, because it turns out some of those suits that they wear can cost like thousands of pounds. That's an investment, dude. That's take out a mortgage to get one of those suits. But yeah, we had a fantastic show that evening, alongside a few bands. Callum, you got to remind me the name. I keep forgetting it.
It was with shotguns.
That's it. Elephants with Shotguns.
Yeah.
So
I also
if anyone
got their
hasn't
name wrong.
seen them,
I was telling Robin about them, and I was like, oh, you got to check out Elephants with Elephant. I forgot what it was. Elephant Barrel or something. I thought it was
machine guns. Yeah.
Yeah, or Elephant Demise
pistols,
or Revival. No, it was like Elephant Revival, and apparently Elephant Revival was like some like smooth jazz band. Or
something. You recommended this to like a rock fan, and they ended up listening to smooth jazz.
Yeah, she was like, I didn't want to say anything because they weren't really that good. And I was like, oh.
Tell you who is good though. Elephants with Shotguns were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they were
There was only two of
amazing.
them on stage, and they were like, if you were to mix Royal Blood with like, I'd say something a bit more proggy, like potentially kind of Sleep Tokeny in some places,
Well,
but
and
not
like
really
Death from Above as well. He said he absolutely loves Death from Above.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Who is it that does Banom, Banom, Banom? You'll know.
Tesseract.
Fine.
Tesseract, yeah. So if you mix Tesseract with Royal Blood.
I knew exactly what song that was.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the download lineup? What we feeling?
Yeah, we can talk about that in a minute if you want. Actually, I'm going to get that up on my
let's do it in a
screen.
bit.
Yeah, get that up. Look that up.
But yeah, the other band we played with up in Southampton was the Routabacks, who we're having a repeat show with in Winchester. So I recommend checking them out.
Possibly a live stream. I think we got that in the works.
We should have a live stream in the works with them also.
Well, they've got 2 dates to choose from. They're spoiled for choice.
Spoiled for choice. We gave them 2 dates.
We've got a lot of live stream dates coming up.
We have so many.
Got so many posters to make.
Hell yeah, dude.
There's 5 people in the Rattlebacks band. No, it was 6, wasn't it? It was 6.
5.
No.
5.
2, bass, singer. Oh yeah. Wait.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I did that.
Stick to rhythm,
Don't
bro.
worry. I do it all the time. I book bands and I'm like.
Well, it's like there were 6 of them. They're so good. It was like there were 6 of them all. Amazing.
Yeah. It's like you were hallucinating a 6th member.
There were so many flared jeans as well. I've never seen more flared jeans in my life.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man.
I mean, they're coming back, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they actually are, yeah. I think genuinely. So the download lineup, yeah, let's have a chat about that. We haven't really talked about the download lineup at all yet. So
Go for it.
I know that's normally our hot topic of the.
Yeah, we shat all over last year.
Come on, guys. Where is this going? Come on.
I feel like my predictions were pretty close.
We haven't talked about downloading in a while.
To be fair, when I saw it, the first person I thought of was you. I was like, Simon planned this.
Yeah, I quite like it. I think it's a decent lineup. However, I just feel like the price needs to come back down a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. It seemed a bit cheeky to me. They did a bit of like a Tesco special where they increased the price with the extra product when they did the 4-day festival.
Oh, right.
Everyone bought tickets. Then they announced that it was the same band on 2 of those days to fuck us off the first time.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is they went back to a 3-day festival and kept the prices the same. So it was like, you don't think we see what's going on there, Chief?
Yeah.
I understand they're going to absorb some costs, but
I've not really followed the prices of them, but like
well over 300 quid now.
I noticed how they've like basically swapped Busted out for McFly.
Yeah, McFly's an odd choice, although they are a fantastic live act. They are really good.
Yeah.
Do you know why the Sex Pistols have Frank Carter? That's an odd choice.
Yeah.
I guess it could be interesting. It's it's like a bit of a unique.
What's his blob left, isn't he?
Yeah, but are the Sex Pistols still going?
Well, obviously not. Not without Frank
Carter.
Carter.
You know what I mean? Like, do people still go to see them?
Yeah.
People will go see Frank Carter. They won't see.
See, I've not really heard much of like Sleep Token stuff. So when I saw that, I was unsure because I was like, I don't really know much about them. Not really heard much.
They need to absolutely.
But I see people moaning about it, and I'm like, I don't have an opinion because I've not listened.
So they're really divisive, but personally, Sleep Token are a fantastic band to get people into this scene. Because the vocalist is really accessible.
Yeah.
And the music itself is pretty technical, actually. A lot of it is very technical music, but I think it's really good. I saw them open for Linkin Park recently in Paris, and it was Sleep Token were really fucking good. Like,
that's cool.
I would like to see them on a longer set. They played they didn't play a few songs that I wanted to see. But I've only just seen them recently, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do download or not. Tough one when they're already touring, and they've already got their own headline tour, and the one that. Go on, sorry.
Sorry. Download keep doing that though. They keep booking acts that are already touring.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if it's a UK exclusive date, but I think Sleep Token are literally touring England, so. But then I do think they've earned the slot at Download. They really deserve to be at Download. They've popped off so massively recently. Green Day, I'd always go to see. I recommend that to anyone. They are a phenomenal live band. The one that I'm not really bothered about is Korn. I just never was that into Korn. I find them a bit samey, but that's personal preference, really. A lot of people think they should be there on headline. I was hoping for Linkin Park in that slot, and I'd have been there in a heartbeat. So But yeah, Weezer, I don't really give a shit about. Bullet for My Valentine, I quite like, but I've seen them too many times. They're not doing anything particularly new with their music, in my opinion. So there's not really anything that's anchoring me to go see them other than the nostalgic hits. Spirit Box, I'd love to see. Don Broco, I've seen them. They're fine. Jimmy Eat World, not that bothered about. Sex Pistols featuring Frank Carter is a weird choice to me. I don't think I care for that. I'm just not bothered. They could have had either the Sex Pistols or Frank Carter.
I don't even know. They must have just sort of reformed since that documentary thing came out, wasn't it? Because there's still that hubbub about them. So it must be they're probably just riding off that, aren't they?
Within Temptation, right next to them on there, they're always good, but they're there every other year. Same with The Darkness, the same with Steel Panther. Although I'd always recommend seeing Steel Panther. Meshuggah's fine. I mean, so Callum talked us into doing Bloodstock this year, and when I saw the tickets were selling that quick, I actually bought in on the last day, about an hour before they sold out. So
yeah,
it was madness.
What was that?
No, yeah, carry on.
I was gonna say, what I will say for the download lineup though, the best bands for me seem to be in the support area, like the section at the bottom and just above the bottom. I mean, you've got Starset, you've got Poppy, you've got Polaris, you've got Whitechapel, you've got Northlane. Like Mallory Knox are in there, Ginger are in there, Alien Ant Farm, a bit of a laugh.
And
Airborne, Bleed From Within, Boston Manor. There's a lot of killer bands in there, and that's just in the sort of. They haven't even got the logos. Do you know what I mean? That's not the logoed bands. And then in the smaller right-hand area,
Orbit Culture right down there as well. Orbit Culture are amazing.
You've got Anal. How do you say it? Anal Nathrak? I keep hearing a really good live, so I wouldn't mind seeing them. There's so many good
fit for an
upcoming bands that aren't quite on the bigger slots yet that I think are the ones worth seeing. Nothing more are fucking incredible. I recommend seeing them live to anyone who's going. Sim, yeah, I was about to say Sim are amazing.
You know, they played Engine Rooms like the other day. I didn't realize.
I've seen Sim actually. They're the guys who do the Attack on Titan theme, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're so good live, dude. They're really, really weird. Really weird to watch.
They sound weird.
It's kind of like Japanese reggae metal, death metal. I don't know how to explain it. It's really fun though. Sometimes I'll just break into like some really sort of off the cuff Caribbean just bangers. I don't know. It's proper weird.
It's crazy down there, like Split Chains down there. They're amazing.
Loathe, Silosis, Svalbard.
That Unprocessed band.
Oh yeah, Unprocessed. Yeah, they're pretty good, man.
Vola,
They were like the Slipknot kind of band, weren't they?
They were like the Meshuggah cross with Bad Omens, cross with Polyphia, cross
with all these other bands.
Yeah, they're in absolute insanity. But
pretty good.
They're amazing.
So yeah, there's plenty on the lineup to take me there, but I just don't know if I can afford 300 quid plus.
Yeah, do you know
travel
what?
plus, you know.
Yeah, I've never done download, so I'd love to do it at some point.
Yeah. The lineup's worth it.
It's like on the bucket list. It's like I have to do it, but I can't justify that much money.
I reckon what might convince a lot of people when they do the second announcement, I think there's going to be some stuff on there that might be convincing.
Yeah, that
Deftones has got to be on there because they've got Deftones is currently touring with Weezer. They've got Weezer there, and it's so weird that Deftones aren't there.
Deftones are a pull as well, but I think they suck live, dude. I've seen them before.
I also think they kind of suck live as well.
They're not a good live band. They're an amazing produced band. They are really musically fantastic, but live just doesn't sound anything close to the records.
I did watch some footage. He did. I think it was one of the Poland festivals. Like it sounded quite good then. I don't know if they've upped it or
maybe
if
about the game. Yeah,
it's probably I think they were headlining, so it's probably when it's headline acts. And
I know there's a few other festivals that are quite hungry for a Deftones set though. It's like I think it's like Arctangent, places like that really want them. I don't know. Maybe they go for that. I'd go for Arctangent over download at the moment. I think that'd be really fun to play.
See, the thing is, my uni and the course that I'm on give you an opportunity to possibly, and I might not get it, but like I could volunteer at Glastonbury.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I'm like, volunteer at Glastonbury, get in for free.
You could also do that at download, by the way. There's a volunteering program for it. Yeah, a few of our friends did it. So you do end up having to work a few of the nights, but if you can get it right, you'll end up working some of the daytime mornings, and then you can hopefully see a lot of the bands.
I've seen that. I've been wanting to apply for it for years because I'm like, that's my way to download. Because
might be a good way to go for it. Yeah, I honestly, it's out of my wage bracket at the moment. Honestly, it's just too much cash for what it is.
It's mad, isn't it? It's crazy.
It's also just knowing the distance between the stages and all that kind of stuff. It makes it a bit Like, if I'm going to spend more money, I want more convenience, not the other way around.
Yeah.
I'm going to try out
Yeah.
Bloodstock this year. I'll see what the second wave of announcements are, and see where it goes from there. To be honest, but
Sure.
I'll probably end up there, Naomi, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a fucking good lineup though, in a lot of ways, but there are some weird choices. But I think they need to experiment to get people back in.
Yeah.
Bloodstock was just so good.
The Bloodstock lineup, I'm willing to talk about if anyone wants to hear.
Yeah.
Because they've not even announced everything, have they?
I've not even
They've
seen
done
it
their
yet.
big. I think they've done their big announcements. There's not really.
I've not seen the lineup, so I can't.
There's not.
I don't have an opinion on it right this second.
Like all their main stage stuff is announced by the looks of it.
Yeah.
You have to
Well,
tell me, 'cause...
I mean, it's pretty wild. It is more of a metal festival, this one. So, I mean, I was sold on Gojira and Trivium being there. Lacuna Coil also being there.
Yeah.
Creeper also being there. Like, this is a cheaper festival, by the way. Is it 10K cap, 10,000 people, something like that?
It must be. I think it is.
It's around that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's metal though, isn't it? It's like
Well, Creeper though.
They are slowly.
August Burns Red.
Yeah, they do get some not as metal bands.
Trivium
some lighter bands.
Yeah, I'd say Trivium is still. I mean, they are metal, but they're more accessible. I think Trivium. They're a really good way in. That was the first band I paid to see live. Actually, was Trivium.
Yeah.
On a fucking cool lineup of it was Rise to Remain, Chimera, Whitechapel, and Trivium in one night. Was my first rock gig, so I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
That got me into the heavy stuff because it's accessible. Then.
Yeah, I because to be fair, I do like them, but like I wouldn't say I'm into heavy stuff, which is a bit weird of a thing to say. Like for me, Bloodstock, I'd be a bit like, do I want to go? Do you know what I mean?
I've been the same, honestly. I'm more on the lighter side of the metal world, but I just want to. Everyone keeps saying it's just like the best catered to festival. They seem to be doing everything centered around the musicians and around the fans. So
yeah, and it's all.
I do want to see
like
that. Yeah,
literally family. It's like a family run festival. Like they don't take, obviously they take sponsorships, but they're not owned. It's not Ticketmaster or Live Nation or anything. It's just them, so they just do whatever they want.
A bit more freedom, don't they?
Yeah, and it's
I do want to also get involved in bin jousting. I've heard bin jousting's a big thing at Bloodstock.
Yeah, it kind of fell off. It kind of fell off this year.
Oh, that's all right. We can bring it back.
Bringing it back.
Hopefully.
I'll bring my own bins, mate.
Yeah.
We got a van. Let's go.
Steal the bins. The sound. There was like the safety bin jousting. They did like the official tournament, and then like some people were a bit annoyed with it because it was like really slow and rough. So they found their own bins, and like you could just hear the bins going, and like everyone got up and out their tents. It was like 1 a.m. It must have been, and everyone's like got out of their tents and running to where these bins are getting clanged into each other.
Try and safe up. It's like trying to put fucking foam on a Robot Wars robot, you know?
Yeah,
just gotta let it be crazy, dude.
I don't know what people were expecting, but and it also they put it in Midgard, which is like the main campsite, and it took up like quite a bit of space for camping, which was like kind of an oversight, I'd say.
Yeah. I don't think they'll have that issue this year.
It's gonna be absolutely mental.
I can't wait. Sold out like so quickly.
It almost never sells out, and even when it's not sold out, it's like it's mental how many people are squeezed into Midgard.
Is that where you camp, Cal?
Normally, but I've got VIP this year, so I'll be in the VIP.
Ew.
I'm gonna raid you, dude. I'm gonna find a way in. You should come. Fuck your VIP. Come camp with me and Aaron, dude.
I'll come visit him, and I'll just go back to.
Oh, come visit. I'll come see the plebs. You know, you're like fucking the king and queen walking through Rat Bottom or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I'll get my
VIP.
I'll get a drink from the VIP bar along the way, and I'll
I like to visit the people every now and then. You know how it is.
I love that.
Hopefully, I'll see Rob. Hopefully, I'll see Rob Flynn.
We don't get to do any work on festivals until second year. I want to do festival stuff now.
Yeah, festivals are great. We Aaron was saying a lot yesterday. Sort of we had a radio interview which will be going out next week on Black on Track, which is Matt Black's radio show. Cool. So we're talking about getting into the festival scene a bit more. It's a really good way to sort of get new fans and share fans with other bands, and it's really useful for upcoming bands. Getting the festivals is where you start to pull fans together, and then your own shows is hopefully reinforcing them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, aiming to play a lot more festivals next year. Actually, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Home Farm Fest. We need to do Home Farm Fest again.
Home Farm Fest was fucking good, dude. I enjoyed that.
So good. It was.
Me and the kids are going to that this year.
I will tell the booking agent that you've bought tickets because we were there last year and you're expecting us to be there this year.
You messaged me. It was like, it's such a family-friendly thing, and I was like, and we booked ticket. We booked like straight away.
It was really a fantastic festival, to be honest. They've got something good going there.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And we just stayed over and got fucked up, didn't we? It was good.
Yeah.
And we all saw Starlink go across the sky in the middle of the night. We're like, what's that? Didn't know what that was at all.
It was a good night for watching stars.
Satellites.
It was a good night.
Yeah, it was. It was dead clear.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm excited, to be fair. Anything music related that I can get my kids going to as well, is a big one for me, because I can enjoy it myself as well. I'm actually having a good time. I'm not just like, this is a kid thing that makes me go crazy.
Yeah.
But they're enjoying it too.
No, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, there's a lot of these sort of smaller festivals we weren't really aware of, and I say smaller. That's actually a pretty big festival, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one was quite big. I wasn't expecting it to be as big as it was, at all.
No, we were expecting quite a small scale. No, it was a big operation. There's like 4 or 5 stages across the site, and there's like a whole village to it, and then the camping area was pretty huge, to be honest. There's like 3 fields. Oh, it must be 9 o'clock. My screen's going mental.
There was the P trench.
The P trench was another level. I've never seen anything like that. That's like, we could have got Portaloos, but we dug a hole instead. Good luck. And it looked like they had to like posthumously hammer in a fence in front of it so you didn't slip in. But it looked like that might erode away at some point in the night. I didn't trust it.
Yeah, the trick was to try and pee over the fence as well.
Yeah, we did manage to pee over the fence in tandem. Like a few of us were simultaneously peeing over the fence.
Cheryl said something. What she said.
Cheryl has said, not sure about rock and metal ones, but these guys recruit volunteers, usually just directing people into festivals, etc. You get a ticket to go enjoy after your shift. Worth having a look for a frugal way. Okay, mycausuk.com. Have a look at that after, Marie. That'll be I'll pin that in the chat. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Much appreciated. And I think Shanice will catch up on your comment as well. Good evening, by the way. I think Truly Exquisite was in relation to the pure sheer quantity of furries that we come across a few weeks ago. It was unbelievable.
Maybe.
Just didn't know. It was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah. Right, Callum, have you got any preordained, pre-written questions for this evening's episode, sir? As we're at the half.
Do I?
I don't know. What's your next big gig you've got planned? Like the one you're gonna do, or go to, but make?
It's probably gonna be now, Rugby's Cancer 2025, which is in the works. Like, I can't talk about it, but it's hopefully gonna be big. No, it is gonna be big. It's not hopefully gonna be. It's gonna be big. We are gonna do a Bournemouth one at a completely different venue to what I've done before. I've got my own sound technician. He's great. His name's Tom. He's awesome. Which gives me a bit more freedom in the sense of where I book, because he can bring his own stuff. He can do all that. So, and then a Southampton based. We are looking at a pretty decent venue in Southampton. So yeah, working with your own, having my own sound tech company with us now. So that's epic in itself.
Big step up, that gives you a bit of flexibility, right?
Definitely, because I want to create a Robbie's Cancer at some point that is family friendly, because the whole point of the charity is it's Teenage Cancer Trust, so I want to be able to get those younger audiences in. And even maybe younger bands in. And having my own sound tech would mean that I could book a venue that could do that. Whereas if I book the Four Horsemen, as much as they're great and that I respect everything they do, everyone that comes would have to be over 18. And there's just those barriers. That I can
so there are some ways around that at some of the venues we work with. For example, I'm aware that at some of them, Bournemouth, where you can pay a little extra to get the 14 plus or
okay, right.
So there are ways to do it. We've had shows before where we had under 18s in the show. Just means they have to leave afterwards and obviously show ID at the bar. But there are ways. If you're stuck with that, let us know, because we know a few venues that will do that.
I know that Bear Cave do it, don't they? But
I think so.
I didn't know about anywhere else. But yeah, let me know.
Anvil do.
Anvil do as well. So yeah.
Anvil was more the one I was thinking. Yeah.
They can do, but that's when because they have to get a bouncer then. basically, when it's under 18.
Yeah, so you just cover that extra cost for them. But normally with an anvil show, I mean, we found that they're so busy and popular now that that cost will be absolutely covered within the first 5 ticket sales sort of thing. So
yeah, no, that's
might
cool
be worth
having
considering.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. But yeah, even with having a venue, having my own sound tech is and I trust him and I know what he can and can't do. So
that's cool. Nice.
We're kicking off.
So you say you're doing Southampton and Bournemouth. Are you thinking of doing? I know that there's a good model that the Hammerdown guys use where they've got their main event each year. And then they have, I think they call it the militia, the winter militia, for example. I think they've got coming up either next week or the week after. I can't remember.
They have it. I think it's next week.
Cool. Yeah. So that kind of model where there's like a main festival and then sort of satellite festivals off the back end of that. Yeah. Or like shows, warm up shows.
The warm up show will probably be Bournemouth, and then like the follow on show would be Southampton. Just purely Southampton's the venue's bigger, all that kind of thing. And I want to branch out. And so essentially what you're saying is similar thing to what Hammerdown does, and the Hammerdown does it really well. Is having like that warm up show and then the bigger show.
Yeah, that's cool. And you can tie in some kind of like discounts to tickets and stuff like that to people going to each one and all that. Yeah, there's plenty of ways to market that as well, which would be really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice one. Cool. We'll keep an eye out for that then.
That war between the two shows.
Yeah. That's the one, isn't it?
Fake beef with yourself.
Fake beef. That's it. It's like having the WWE thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's not derail onto that one again.
Yeah, Shanice confirms it is next week. So anyone who's available for that, go on down. It's going to be very good.
They've sold out of their, I believe, Shanice might have to correct me on this, but I believe they sold out of their early bird tickets for Hammerdown for next year.
Fantastic.
Already, because they're doing epic as always.
That's great news,
those guys as always. They're doing amazing. I could be wrong though, so Shanice, you might want to correct me in the comments. Hopefully I'm not wrong.
I think I did see something like that, so fingers crossed it is the case.
Yeah. But it looks like they have, for sure.
Solid, yeah. So are you meeting many sort of bands while you're at uni as well?
There's a few bands actually that I've met that have started through the uni, like they're on the music course at the uni, or as in like music performance, or they're doing music business, but they have their own band outside of doing music business. And a couple of them we're talking about getting on Let's Talk Music. I haven't done an interview in ages actually, so if anyone's watching wants an interview on Let's Talk Music, please let me know. So actually it and I need to get to some more gigs in Southampton whilst I'm there. The difficult part is I commute, so it's like trying to figure out
train times and that,
and all that kind of stuff. But like the scene is epic, and we're always getting told like they have really good connections with Heartbreakers, which is a good venue, and they're always coming around to the uni with like lists of people who are playing when they're playing and stuff, which is quite cool.
Nice.
Which is nice. But yeah, there's some good up and coming bands from like Solent that are doing really well. Like I said, there's some people on the music business course that have made their own bands outside. And they're pretty good. So
fantastic, yeah. And so I guess it sounds like you're moving more down the business route of it as well, which is really cool. So hoping to maybe sort of bring this more into, I guess, full-time scope. Is that the aim?
That's the aim. The aim would be to full-time. I'm not sure what, because what sparked my interest when I first joined the course was like managing. But now I'm looking at stuff like potential like full-time, like maybe having my own record label or something like that. Like I'm not sure though. Like I'm going through all these like things of like, oh, this is kind of fun. When we were first doing the unit on PR and marketing, which I've literally just finished. Well, I've sort of finished. We're kind of halfway through. At the beginning of that, to be fair, I was like, this is so boring. Now I'm kind of like, I kind of like the marketing side of this.
Yeah, marketing gets exciting when you can piece it all together and see the full picture, doesn't it?
Once I had like an end product, I was like, this is actually quite fun. So yeah, like I don't know what I want to do now, because I was so like, I want to manage and I want to promote. I still want to do that, but I'm like, do I want to do other things? Because this sounds fun.
So I'd say like the marketing side of it obviously ties into anything you do. So if you do management or promotion, promotions as in sort of booking shows and bringing bands onto it, the marketing will be a massive part in that. And you can also then, if you have an understanding of how the bands can market, you can send advice their way, because I know a lot of bands, like, they'll get signed onto a show, and a lot of the time it's very hard to promote because there's 20 other shows going on that, that sort of quarter. So yeah, it'd be very useful. Very useful.
It's insane to think, when I look back at the project that I've just kind of finishing up now, how long it actually takes to market like a press release. It's what we were kind of like mocking a press release. Considering like how short of time I've put gigs together in the past.
Yeah.
And I've looked at how long it would normally take in like the real world, if that's how you want to say it. And that's crazy to me, because it's like that actually people plan for this for so long.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, very aware of that one.
Yeah.
These guys are sick. I mean, we have pretty much weekly meetings where we'll do a combination, normally a combination. Sometimes it goes heavy in one direction or the other, but songwriting and sort of all the admin side of the band. So working on any releases we've got coming up, any music videos we need to make, planning that out, putting it in the diary, making sure that we're ready for that day so everything goes smoothly. And then working out, okay, how do we drip feed that out so that people get at least hopefully a bit of awareness for what we're going to release, as well as not giving too much away that they don't check out the product itself when it comes out. So if we're doing a music video or a single or whatever, it's finding that happy medium of, we don't want to give them like the whole chorus, for example, because we want them to check out the song for that, but also we need it to be catching up in their heads. Yeah. So we got one coming up that we talked about briefly. We're doing a Christmas cover, but pretty unconventional. We're doing a regional one Christmas cover. It's different. We won't give too much away on that, but I got the initial mix back today, and I can't wait. We're gonna make a music video for it this weekend. So if you see us out and about on Santa's lap, anywhere in Dorset, just don't question it. Okay.
I wouldn't anyway.
We're gonna get out some shit this
I
weekend.
just wouldn't question it because it's you guys.
Yeah, gonna go shopping literally Friday. We've got some pretty fun props we want to get involved in this one. So yeah, we'll have a think about that, and hopefully we'll have that out in a few weeks. So it's a pretty short notice video, but because it's a cover, we're not as bothered about doing a full release for it. But we're hoping that the post-release, we can market it really well post-release over Christmas, and hopefully get a bit of a, even if it's a few thousand views on YouTube, whatever. We just want to get this out in front of people's eyes. It'd be really fun.
I'm kind of glad you guys have got things actually coming up, because I want to clarify something for my fans, because I've had a few questions. So like I've had like, why have you just got random Regional One posts on your page? To clarify that for people at home that don't know, my marketing project, I used Regional One with obviously you guys' permission, but part of that I had to do 4 social media posts. So they've been vague, because obviously my press release was fake. So they've just been like, coming up soon for Regional One, something cool, and people have been like, what are you on about?
Yeah.
I've
inside information. Yeah.
And I'm like, they've just got things coming up. Like, just so
I can shoot you some details on that if you want to. Feel free to use that in your uni project. We've obviously we're going to have posts that we're going to set up and schedule. So I'll give you a rough idea what we're doing with that. Maybe it can feed some information to how you use it on your course as well. So feel free to have a chat with us behind the scenes on that one.
For sure, no. But generally, I thought people would just ignore it. But I generally had messages like,
"Hell yeah, dude!
That post that doesn't make any sense." And I'm like,
that might be the point. Yeah.
It is.
Just to clarify, I've had permission. So
yeah. Jobs are good on that one. Cool. No, that's fantastic. I think it'll be a good route for you if you're going to look at working in the music industry. It'd be, learning any of the business side of it. I personally found extremely useful.
Yeah, it's really useful. It's complicated. It's more complicated than people think. The thing that I found interesting the other day, and I don't know, you guys probably already know this, but other people might not. I don't know if people can find this interesting, but I find it interesting. Is that artists actually make more money off radio plays than they do on Spotify streams.
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
Which to me sounds crazy, because we're in like a day and age when people stream more than they would put the radio on, for example.
Well, the digital age really devalued music massively. Yeah.
So, but the very little that an artist, even like a big artist like Ed Sheeran, for example, would make on streams of Spotify, compared to what he would make on one radio play, is actually insane.
So it's between 0.003 and $0.005 per stream on average. So
which is
less, half of a cent basically,
and
which
then if
comes
you
to
think
about 0.2p.
and then if you're signed to a major label, that's going to the major label, that's not going to the artist. Essentially. Well, it is, but it's not, like, not all of it anyway.
So it depends
But
what kind of
like
contract you get yourself bought into on that one, but a lot of the time it'll be they'll take like the higher percentage of it until
yeah,
you've paid off
exactly.
the loan, the record loan,
Yeah,
if you will, or the
yeah.
advance as it's called
But
in the
they
industry. It's
basically
essentially a
never pay
bank
it off.
loan.
Yeah. There's just other things that we've been learning that it's like it's insane to think how much they don't get as much as people think from things like that.
Mm.
Just because how Spotify works, basically. I'm
Yeah.
using Spotify as an example, but obviously Apple Music and stuff as well. That to me was crazy because I
Yeah,
would have
it's
thought it was
hard
the other way
to.
around.
I think it's one of those industries where it's really hard at the start, at the outset, because it's so collateral over time. Like, hopefully, the more works we put out there, the more people are listening to them, and the more works we put out, obviously, they're going to be more popular, and you'll see fluctuations. But
Yeah, for
the
sure.
more that's out there, hopefully it will just add up eventually. But here's a really good example for people. We've put thousands and thousands, probably well over 10 grand over the course of our recording career so far into just the music videos, just working on making really cool music videos. We haven't seen a single penny from those because you need 1,000 subscribers now on YouTube minimum to even make a penny back on there.
For sure.
And it's only from then on do you start getting any kind of remuneration for that. So we're really trying to build up the YouTube side of it because eventually we want to be able to get some kind of return on investment, but we're very aware that that's a while off. Yeah, we're actually, if anyone who is watching hasn't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go and do that. We're about to hit the 300 mark, and we really want to do it like ASAP. It feels good, and we can post about it and get excited. And we've been talking about it. So
watch all the live streams because all the live streams are up there.
all the live streams are going up there, and we'll be caught up by New Year's.
To be fair,
we're caught up by New Year's. Within the New Year's, I think we'll probably move it over to YouTube. Maybe
we're going to start running live from YouTube. So Facebook will just be a link to YouTube. We think. We don't really know.
We'll have to do a test.
It's hard to work out.
Just subscribe to all of your local artists. Don't even have to listen to the music. Just go subscribe.
It's another fun part about being in a band nowadays. I imagine it was not quite this way before, but we have to be content creators now as well.
Yeah,
we have to literally research and understand new technologies as they come out. And we're musicians. We're not that smart. So it's a bit of fun trying to work all that out. I mean, we've got, and this is the kind of stuff I do like to learn, to be fair. We've got a really our biggest show yet coming up on the 1st of February 2025 at the Lighthouse in Poole. If you haven't got tickets, get them because we're putting a lot of work into this one. We might have access to a cinema screen that might go behind us, so we're trying to work out ways to incorporate parts of the music videos into our sets so it shows behind us. Maybe we'll have some bits in between songs that maybe there's some kind of animation or some pre-recorded video that will go on and sort of hopefully make the show even more theatrical than it is currently. We want to make it more of a story. Maybe we'll see how we do with it, but that's the aim for February. So we got to learn that in 2 months. Get all the. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a really good one. We've started selling some tickets for it already. Quite happy about that.
Yeah,
it's with the Live and Unheard show. So
as soon as I get paid, I'm like on that. Ruby's so up because it's family friendly, isn't it?
Family friendly show. Bring your kids.
She's so up for it. She's like, boom. She's a little bad now. Cute.
It's probably gonna, if it goes as planned, it will be our best show yet by far, and it'll be the biggest stage we've been on as a headline act as well. It's fucking insane. It's gonna be exciting.
It's fun. To be fair, one of the things that I wrote up about you guys in my like press release was like how theatrical your shows are, like, and that you stand out because of that, and that's why I feel like your and this is just my opinion, obviously, that your audience is so wide.
Yeah,
if that makes sense in age group.
Well, we want to eventually break out of just that sort of rock and metal area. We want to make it even more expansive, and I think a good route to that is the theatrical side of it, and some level of storytelling in there, or at least themes that are recurrent throughout the tracks and the performance itself. We have props now that we've made ourselves at home. I mean, I'm just fixing one here currently. I've got a CCTV camera I've showed off before that I've made with an eyeball in it. It got absolutely wrecked at a show the other day. It got fucked up. It's very well fixed. But yeah, that's a bit of fun. I've wired it up so it flashes, my friend. it has a light and everything.
Sick.
There's other stuff we've got now. We got basically been theming on the Bedlam Asylum, and little props that we can incorporate to try and make our stage show look like Bedlam. So for Halloween, we had like fake walls up around the anvil.
Yeah, that's cool.
We had 2 solar powered lights that I've fitted red filter paper around, so it looks like the red lights on the Bedlam poster. We had those, and basically they only turn on when there's no light on them, so it'd be in between songs they'd come on, which was really cool.
That's cool.
This is a way to do it without
really
having
cool.
to centrally wire it, which is nice.
But this is the kind of stuff that people want to see. Like this is why Bring Me the Horizon do so well.
Yeah.
Like they're good musically, but their new like tour that they just did this year and their new live show has so much cool shit in it that people want to go see them.
Agreed.
Like,
yeah,
people
their
that wouldn't have
stage
even
sounds insane as
necessarily
well.
been fans of them before will go and see. Bad Omens.
Oh, so good.
Like, who supported them, they have a similar kind of vibe. Like, people want more now than just people singing on stage. They want to.
I think that fluctuates and rotates. You know, I was thinking about this. I mean, we talk about it quite a bit in the band because obviously we intentionally try and be quite theatrical and add a level of excitement to the songs and add more meaning to them through that. But there is sort of like a constant rotation between sort of like your Oasis bands who are like t-shirt and trousers is good enough and play the songs, and then every now and then, you know, an Iron Maiden will get big or an Avenged Sevenfold or something like that, and then it will rotate back to, you know. And I think we're in a time now where you're right, the theatre is quite important again. You get, you know, Sleep Token, Bring Me the Horizon, bands like Bad Omens, they're all very quite, you know, theatrical and dramatic bands to watch live. And the lighting and obviously the technology around it now is so insane. They can do, I mean, I saw a video earlier today of Sleep Token's lighting technician just having the wildest time of his life. I was like, Jesus, that's a lot of work. They have an insane lighting rig. But
they do,
and it's becoming more affordable. So hopefully you know, bands that are up and coming now will be able to do some pretty wild shit soon.
For sure, for definite. But things can be like programmed from someone who's had like, obviously myself's had like a tech background. I've done some tech. Things can be programmed into like one desk that you couldn't before. Like, you can program so much stuff into one desk now that it wouldn't have been possible before. You know, you would have had to have like 2-3 desks. Like, you can program lights and pyro into the same desk now, whereas that wouldn't have been possible. And you know, that's a lighting technician's dream. Like, they're just like press a few buttons and it's done,
central control, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Something we're looking at when we do build a lighting rig. We're trying to work out a way around it so we don't have to buy a laptop. There might be some ways, we're not sure yet. When we've got some cash together, we'll be doing it. But we want, well, it's not really been done. It's triggering it from our sample pad. We want to be able to trigger lights from that.
I see what you're saying.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to send a wave file that gets converted midway through the cable by a converter to MIDI, which then goes through the DMX. And the DMX will read the MIDI track and hopefully set off the lights in the order we hope. But it's a bit of an experiment at the moment. We haven't really got it working yet, but so it'd be pretty cool if we can do that. It means that when we run any of the backing tracks, the lights will also be running in time with the tracks, exactly like snap on. So that's the aim. That'd be really cool.
That is very theatrical as well, actually.
Exactly.
Difference is obviously there would normally be like a sound and a light person and someone going go like at the same time. For sure.
Which obviously we want to leave space when we are working with lighting engineers and stuff that they can have a play around as well. Just people like fixed tracks will have a particular show for it. So Bedlam will need certain lights. It'll need certain, and also the strobe timing and everything needs to be tight on it. Or it doesn't work as well, you know. Yeah, we're working on that. Yeah, lots of technological progress ready for 2025. This has been like, we were kind of waiting for Q1, Q2 to really push on the technology side, but as we've got this big show, we're really just learning it now and trying to get as much involved as possible, as quick as possible, to the highest degree possible, really.
Yeah.
I want it to be ready for that big stage. That big stage needs to be used.
There's a good stage there, to be fair.
It's a fucking good stage. I went to check it out the other day and have a tour around the venue, and I was like, this is daunting.
Yeah, it's good. We've had tours. When I was doing production arts at college, we had a tour and like backstage tour and like a tour around like all the venues there and stuff, and it's pretty good.
It's a really cool venue. Really good team there as well, from what I can see.
Epic.
The lighting engineer was showing us around, just taking us through like all the costings and what lights we can use and everything. And We've gone for a little package that should be quite nice, bright, and exciting. So very excited to play that.
The technicians there are really good. I know a few of them. They are really friendly as well, really nice to work with and stuff. Me and my daughter go to watch Panto there every year. And we choose that one over the Bic every single year, or Pavilion even.
Yeah.
Sorry. And we've had the best time every year. There's always been some cool pyro, some cool like people flying through the sky. Do you know what I mean? Like things that kids are going to be like. You know what I mean? Like,
and adults, honestly, I love it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't expect it from the lighthouse. I don't think people like downgrade it a lot. I think because if they think, oh, lighthouse or pavilion, oh, we're gonna go to pavilion, but like the lighthouse has a really good.
Yeah, I think Lighthouse, and it is growing as well in terms of like the live music side. I think some of the guys doing the most important work there at the moment, the team behind Live and Unheard, so over at Hangover Hill Records and Studios. They also do the original music awards for Dorset, and yeah, we went to that event last year, and it was like a really professional, big scale event. There were tables of food and everything. It was really cool. I was actually blown away by it because I didn't know what to expect out of an event like that. But it was really good. Live bands on and stuff, obviously, and it's all on the big stage and really cool that they managed to pull it off.
I've seen that event from a few people that are not like physically, but like you guys posted a video. Someone else posted a video that were there, and it looks really cool. Someone nominated me like ages ago under promoters for like Bournemouth. I was like, no, go away. I was like, don't get that spot yet, thanks.
Yeah, keep chiseling away though. I've seen the shortlist for that one, and yeah, everyone on there is fully deserving of it. Is keep chiseling away at it.
100%. That's why I was a bit like, no, thanks for the comment, but I've seen the people on this list.
For sure. Hell yeah, nice. All right, well, we're coming toward the end of the session, so kind of, have you got any other pre-prep questions or lightning rounds or anything, or do you want me to wrap it on up?
Wrap it up. I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
There's only one thing I can
only
think
of RuneScape.
I have also been at work since I did 7 till 6 at work.
That sucks, dude.
It's not fun.
That sucks, to be fair. Guys, I entered this green room with these two, and all they were doing was playing RuneScape.
Hell yeah, dude. I was having a warm up. It's perfect because you don't need to be on it long.
What?
It's true. Okay, well, Callum needs to be on it long. He needs to be on it 24 hours a day, which he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Callum never sleeps, I swear.
No.
Well, he does. He just leaves RuneScape on while he sleeps and wakes up every now and then and just clicks it. Every 10 minutes, click those crabs, bro.
No, it's 20 minutes of a nightmare zone.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that shit.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Marie, have you got anything you want to plug? Have you got any pages you want people to follow? Give it to us.
Yeah, go and follow all of my Let's Talk Music pages: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe, please. There will be, and it's not music related, but there will be a new podcast coming soon for those cheerleaders out there who are interested in some cheerleading content. So I do want to plug that. That'll be coming like next week, like a little Let's Talk Music, but Let's Talk Cheer. For my cheerleaders out there that want to talk about cheerleading and stuff.
Nice, cool. All right, well, I put follow for Let's Talk Music in the chat. Just before we do go, Gavin Rand has come in clutch with a question. He says, if you had the power to walk on water, but you had no control over it, would you tell anyone or would you just avoid swimming pools? This guy, right. Gavin Rand does stand-up comedy now. And every time he asks a question on this show, I fucking look forward to it. I'm like, here we go. It's so good.
Right.
I don't know if I'd flex that or maybe avoid it because, like,
I would avoid it.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a teen drama when they find out, though. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I've been hiding this my whole. It'll be like H2O or something. You ever watch H2O? I haven't watched H2O. I don't know what you're on about.
But you have no control over it, so it might happen once. And then
you could watch H2O as a guide to know what to do, I suppose. Is it only swimming pools, or can you?
Mermaids.
Yeah, but like they have to avoid water as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of a how-to.
But you have no control.
You
have no control over it. So you might be like, "Look, I can walk on water," and you just fall straight through the water.
Yeah. You know that is that worse or better? I can't tell.
You can tell Simon's got a sister.
It says you can shower, but you can't bathe. I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna walk up the fucking shower head, am I? So.
What a question.
I don't think I'd
Really
tell
good
anyone. I
question.
think I'd just keep it a secret.
I think I'd keep it a secret just for the meme, just for as long as I could,
Yeah.
to see how long I could keep it a secret.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Funny, innit?
can't swim, so I avoid water anyway.
That'd be
So
quite a benefit
I'm
for you, if
sorted.
anything, then.
yeah, true.
It'd be useful.
Unless you trip up or something and fall in.
Swimming's easy. What you do is you just float. And yeah, that's what I heard. And then kick things. I don't
Well,
know.
you do naturally float.
Float and kick things.
You're never actually
gonna have
drowning
a-
because you never touch the water, do you? So.
Am I going to have a regional 1 swimming lesson?
Oh my god, that would be. If Chris was still in the band, that would be the perfect. I wish Stevie was here to witness this. We went swimming with our old guitarist once, and it was hilarious. I don't know why it was so funny. He was just I don't know if he actually swims that way, but it was just the way he was swimming that day was just. It was really weird. It was like a gorilla punching the water. Loved it. Fantastic. Good times. All right, but yeah, I'd hide it, Gavin. I think I'd probably hide it for a while, see how it goes. At least that gives you time to think about how you would unveil it eventually if you did unveil it. So, showers. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
You could trick someone. It'd be quite funny.
You could trick someone.
Yeah, get people like follow you, and they just walk in.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's not even that deep when they just walk in.
Just drown. Just drown your friends. Just drown them.
And you can't pick them up because you've stood on the water.
Because anyone who does find out, you kind of can fuck them up a bit. There's a bit of a threat there. There's an implicit threat that if I take you to the ocean, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you won't. Maybe. Is walking on seawater gonna like make you really sick? It would, wouldn't it? It'd be like trying to walk on a fucking bouncy castle all day.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. What about anyway? How does it compact? Anyway, enough of that. Gavin would hide it too. Wouldn't apply for lifeguarding positions. Yeah, agreed. Would not apply for those positions. Specifically, you go to dive in to save someone. You just like crack your head open on the water.
Did anyone ever like? Oh no, I'm not going there. The thought came out of my head and was like, no.
Suspicious. Right.
Chat for afterwards.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening, Marie. For anyone who doesn't know who Marie is, go and check out Let's Talk Music. Keep an eye out for Rock Beats Cantor 2025 and any warm-up shows that surround it. Our next shows, I mentioned toward the start of the episode, but if you're still here, thank you very much. Please try and make it down to either our show in Bournemouth on the 7th of December, supporting the Hot 1-2, Winchester on the 13th of December, supporting the Rattlebacks. And then we have the New Year's special. So if you haven't got New Year's Eve plans, if you're like me and you were like, I can't really be asked to go out New Year's. I haven't gone out for New Year's in the last 2 to 3 years. This year, we're putting on a show instead. We're taking over the Anvil. We're going nuts. We've got DJs, very similar to our Halloween event. We got some awesome live acts that we're just putting in final confirmations for at this very minute, in fact, on my other screen. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. The New Year's Eve show will be all very public very soon. And
sorry, before we go, because we're both involved in this, we should plug the podcast we're doing in December for charity.
Which date is it? Because I keep getting it wrong.
It's the 21st. It's Saturday the 21st.
Saturday the 21st of December. That's right. We will be on the Uncensored Instagram live podcast. So if you can join us over on Instagram, follow Uncensored, which is at Uncensored Podcast, I believe, on Instagram. We'll be over on there. Myself and Marie. Hopefully some of the boys from Region 1 will be able to make it too. But yeah, come join us on that. Uncensored's great. They're a great podcast. Very similar to this. A bit more lively at times. I've been editing some of their videos and they're a bit wild.
Cool. They're good.
I hope they're released so soon. There's some funny ones. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for joining us. If you're here in the present with us, then thank you for sticking with us. If you're out there in the future somewhere, then thank you from here in the past. We will see you again sometime soon and catch you at a live show, really, because that's what it's all about. We got new merch. Come see the new merch. It's really cool. We got beanies. Now my head's warm. It's great.
Oh, yeah, I want a freaking beanie.
Yeah, put your orders in through the page. Let us know if you want it posted out. We can do posting. Or even easier, come down to a show and it's cheaper for you. And there's no other reason.
Less hassle.
Yeah, less hassle for us.
Just come down, buy a beanie, leave.
Or more hassle because trying to get the bloody card machine.
Pay your entry fee, get the beanie, go home. Jobs are good. Anyway, catch you all soon. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.